channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 video today. And so today is extra interesting because you're gonna probably think I'm crazy with the words that will probably come out of my mouth. And that, my friends, is that I completed the 300 baby challenge in The Sims 4 in 7 months. And if you guys want to go watch the VOD or the past streams that I did of the 300 baby challenge or the previous ones that I did, I will leave a link down below in the description to my second channel, More SpringSims, so you can see the chaos that has happened. And I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes up, you'll be able to see the last and final stream of the 300 baby challenge. So I'm already in Windenburg right now because this is the world where I moved my final sim to kind of reside and live out his days of, being old and decrepit and kind of see where his life is going to go. And personally, I think that Windenburg is probably my most favorite world because it's very large and in charge and it has a lot going on for it. So personally, Windenburg, Oasis Springs, Willow Creek are my top 3. I really am happy that we live in Windenburg because at the beginning of this challenge, we did live in Windenburg at the very beginning where Lucius's mother, which is Hypnotic Sailor, or who is now dead, Hypnotic Hope, she actually was a vampire and we were doing the Black Widow challenge at the time. And his father was Negan Morgan from The Walking Dead. And I got him off the gallery just because I thought it was kind of a good way just to kind of end the challenge off on an evil and crazy note, because you have an evil vampire mother and an evil father. You get an evil child. So it just made sense. Plus, with Lucius, I had a backstory. As you all know, I love telling backstories with all my Sims, no matter what I'm doing. I had the idea where this Sim right here, Hannah Masters, was kind of like the sole manipulator of the challenge, where she was a spellcaster, but she had the sole purpose of getting back at other people that did her wrong. And with Lucius, his mother, Hypnotic, she also had people do her wrong because she was a vampire, and society back then just didn't technically really like her that very much. So with Lucius, he had the idea of kind of taking revenge on The Sims 4, where he's going to manipulate, have babies with, and populate the world with his children, which sounds crazy when you think about it. And I personally think it was kind of funny that way because I think it's just different, and I never have that many kids, let alone in a challenge, because I've only done the 100 baby challenge a couple times, but only completed it once, and it took me a whole year to do, which I'm very proud that I did that in a year, and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad this challenge is over. So are you okay? He's old and senile, it's fine. Anyway, I think that with Lucius, he's trying to figure out where he wants to go with his life, what he wants to do technically, because he is an elder. He has no job. He is married to Hannah, but there is a slightly chance that he could die at any moment, which I have no idea when that will be. But I want to show you the family tree because the family tree is something that I think is pretty interesting. And I, for one, I'm very proud of it because this family tree is chaotic. As you can this one little frame right here, this one little frame, you can already tell. It's chaotic. I started with the 100 baby challenge up here, and if you don't know, The Sims 4 likes to cull Sims out of your game, literally delete them out of your game completely. So that's what happened to my game, and for the first generation. But afterwards, I was able to actually kind of understand where it was going. So the first generation was up here, but she ended up only having 50 babies, and she was an elder at the time, so that was it. And then we did Gen 2, which is Valentina. And cool thing about that is that she was a vampire, and every single baby that she had was a supernatural baby. And so if you're kind of brand new to baby challenges, the 100 baby, 200 or 300 baby challenge, and you have a couple of packs that have supernatural Sims, vampires, aliens, spellcasters, stuff like that, always remember, every occult baby counts as 2. So whether you have one baby, that's 2. If you have twins, that's 4. If you have triplets, that's 6. So just remember, get some packs that have supernatural characters in there so you can complete the challenge faster and better and not lose your hair and lose your mind in the middle of the challenge like I did. But it worked in my favor because Valentina had all like supernatural babies. It went fast and we're done at the end of December. And then we did the Black Widow challenge. And guess what? Hypnotic was a vampire. So, and hence her name Hypnotic. She hypnotized other Sims to marry her for their money, their fame, their fortune. And then, dinner party. And then she kills the Sim. But cool thing about this is that Lucius here was the last child to be born in the Black Widow challenge. And his father, like I said, was Negan Morgan from The Walking Dead. And lo and behold, my Twitch chat challenged me to do the 300 baby challenge. And since then, at the beginning or midway of February, like my birthday month, we started doing this challenge very, very slowly. And every single time a baby was born, we got to name it whatever we wanted. You all chose, or whoever won the raffle got to name the baby whatever they want. And we have some very interesting names. Free Fork Knife, like Weenie McQueenie. Like, these names are very, very weird. Like Muffin. These names just get weirder and weirder every single day. And I think it's just a joy, because having normal names is like not fun and it's boring and it's like, what's next really? Like Middle Child Halfway was literally the baby like 150. Like that was the baby at 150. Hello, are you? Oh no. Susan Skeleton, Gary Woohoo. Oh no. I forgot how, oh no, this is crazy. But like I said, this family tree is like really, 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 really long. And I've been playing this challenge forever. And the thing with The Sims 4, the family trees, the genealogy like tree is like only made for like certain amount of like Sims being born in each generation. And if you have more like than the average, I'm gonna say like 8 or 10 and like in a family lineage, you're bound to have the most craziest like genealogy ever to be seen. And I think that I probably broke a record of having the most Sims ever to be born in a single save file for a year and a half. But there's one child in particular that I want you all to like acknowledge and like see for yourself. His name is Christian Conspiracy. And the conspiracy about him is that he did not have 1, not 2, not 3, but a grand total of 5 children. And their offsprings had like 7 kids altogether. So 7 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and then 3 great-great-grandchildren. But the cool thing about this is like now I can put this family to rest, put Lucius and Hannah Masters to rest, and have them live their life. But the idea and the reason why I'm moving on to the Decades Challenge is because I want to try a new challenge and see what I can definitely do. But the way it's going to work is that with Hannah and Lucius being both spellcasters and both of them having wanted to take revenge on The Sims 4, is that they're going to make a potion and kind of put a curse on the game and transforming it back to the 1890s where there's no technology, no running water, no cell phones, no transport, like no cars or anything, because we don't want to have the cars in the game anyway. We're just going to just make it in the 1890s where people are going to struggle like it's nobody's business. So for Hunter Sailor, she is definitely a young adult, but she doesn't technically really want to be a spellcaster and kind of live that magic-y, spellcasty like vibe that she was always like wanting to have, or her parents wanted to have, more so her father. But as for her mother, she was human, and her name was actually Alana Warner, and she's unemployed, she's good, family-oriented, and a vegetarian. However, she wants to live, like Hunter wants to live the life that she wants to live and not have to conform to the life that her father thinks she should live by. And I'm kind of happy that she's not going down the path of being, revenge and evil and magic and everything. So she's definitely going to kind of find a way to become a human again. But the easy route is that I'm going to go ahead and use MC Command Center and have her turn back into a human and just say that she's a newfound human being in the world. So for Hunter, let's actually have her go and move away from this household. And the idea that I have in my mind right now is that Lucius is okay with Hunter moving away and starting her own life. But as for Hannah Masters, she's technically not the nicest person you'll ever meet. ever. She used to live in Strangerville, so you kind of understand where I'm coming from. Strangerville is strange, and you're bound to find some crazy people. For Hannah, she doesn't like the idea of having Hunter living by herself and taking all of the money. So she's kind of like the sole person of taking control and manipulating Lucius to do this curse and taking over the world, basically. They're like the Bonnie and Clyde of The Sims 4, which is kind of weird when you think about it. So it's 5,505,292 simoleons for Hunter. And like I said, Hannah doesn't want her to live by herself, but she's going to actually live in a world where she can kind of understand where she wants to go and how she's going to do things, and something that has like history to it. And that is Brindleton Bay, which I think Brindleton Bay is actually a really cool world. I do like it, but I don't really visit there that often. And we're going to live in like the very, very back of Brindleton Bay, where it's not too, secluded, but it has people around where we can meet people. And what I'm going to do is like take out every single sim out of this world, minus the family, minus Lucius and Hannah, have them for like, other things, like extra stuff. But everyone else, we're going to take out and delete the entire like Sims 4 world and put new houses and stuff to kind of replicate the era of the 1890s, just because I think it would make more sense to do it that way. And I'm pleased that I did that. I'm doing this challenge. And if you guys want to try out this challenge for yourself, like the Decades Challenge or the 300 Baby Challenge, my rule, like the way I did it, I will try my best to link everything down in the description below for the Decades Challenge for sure. But for the 300 Baby Challenge, I'm going to make my own rules so you can all try it out for yourself the way I did it. Just let me know like what you're going to do, because I definitely want to try and see what you all come up with. But we're already here in Brindleton Bay in the old secluded area that we call our new found home. And I'm going to actually build a brand new house for Hunter over here with all our simoleons, just so we can have it and kind of see what we can come up with. So you'll see a speed build of that for sure. But as for Hunter, she doesn't really have any skills besides fishing and video gaming. I do want her to, let's see, where can we go? Where can we even go in Brindleton Bay? I have no idea. Oh, well, we can go back over here and fish. Actually, no, we can not play in the rain. That's a big flat out no. We don't do that. We don't play in the rain. That's how we get sick. But there's pigeons. Hello. How you doing? But let's go fish. Let's go fishing for a little bit. But as she's going to go fishing, but that being said, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what you thought of this. Did you think that I was crazy of actually doing this challenge, or do you think it was a smart idea of doing the challenge the way I did? Because I think I broke a record and I did it the correct way, and it made it easier for myself, because 300 Baby Challenge Male Edition sounds great. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!